Tier 3 is starting to fall though, Trent. It just feels like Na'Vi can't hold this against the slow siege between the burn from the Jakiro, all the illusions.
They need some huge like freehand torrent or something to break this open, but the save from the Shadow Demon just being there makes it difficult.
One pick on Dendi, and this game pretty much ends. Phobos finds it on the side. General, the Brewmaster gets brought down. He'll have the buyback, but still no brew split. Now the Shackle connects on Lil. Bane's dead. Buyback used straight away. Dendi, Abyssal Blade flies from the heavens. He'll pop the cheese, and he does live. Brew split up in 5. General should be able to survive through it. His Phobos is actually getting pretty darn low. Tanks the Laguna, and he will go down. Spirit might need to back up, but a Shackle on 2. Dendi brings down FNG, but now Velor dies. Brew split's been utilized. G could be in some trouble. Buyback now used by the Kunkka. It'll be a dead G. Jakiro put inside of the Cyclone. He's likely to fall as well. A lot of buybacks available on Spirit. Well, 2 out of the 4 at least.
They lost their gem too.
Pressure down bottom. Tier 4 tower almost goes down. They got the Tier 3. At the end of the day, it's not really a win for Na'Vi.
It is gold-wise, but obviously 3 buybacks just means when they march back down,
right? I mean,
problems.
Sort of, right? They do get a net worth gain out of that fight, but they got the Tier 3 tower, not counted in that. They got that kill on Dendi before, not counted in that. Dendi bought back, also not counted in that.
Yeah. Oh, Beans grip.
And they might get this kill on Slark, though. This is a big kill, and they will find it. It's a full 5-man wipe. All 5 of Spirit end up in the grave.
Oh.
So maybe I spoke too soon, my friend. Is it a win for Na'Vi?
I don't know. It's 2 lanes down. It takes a while to push out, but they're running and gunning hard down the mid lane.
It's showing a sign of life, at least.
He doesn't know what to do. General's thinking about it. You must go for the split cooldown, right? It's just too good.
I think you have to. The Waller.
All right, yeah, we're in there. We're in there. So now that is one thing to get out of that fight. Although there was buybacks and gold, he got a ton of experience, like 3,500 or something stupid. Like that put General into the 25.
So Slark does not have buyback. He's short 10 gold, and he's probably gonna have it here. Yeah, he certainly will before the cooldown's done. With that passive gold game. So his buyback now becoming available.
Now this is huge. The siege from the Earth Panda is actually a big deal. Like that guy can beat down some towers. That's through a Crimson Guard.
Yeah, it hits really hard. That Demolish adding extra bonus damage to structures, but he's about to lose his Brew Split. Needs to be a little careful. Even with that short cooldown, there is a little window where he will be in Panda form. It's about 15 seconds.
He's got to be regretting that a little bit on the talent though. Like,
the HP?
Yeah. It's hard.
Still has that Aghanims queued up. Shackle actually does latch on the Morphling. Follow-up could be there, but not quite. FNG goes out too deep, and this is going to cost the Shadow Demon his life. No buyback available on the Shadow Demon. 30 gold short. Tier 3 tower mid has gone down. There's 2 lanes of barracks exposed. This Brew Split is so hard to stop in terms of the sieging. You're absolutely right about that. But Slark is back up now. Did not use his buyback, but spent his gold. Now they catch Lina. This is going to be a dieback for Dendi. He's out of the game for 2 full minutes. BKBs have been used.
Yeah, that just can't happen, man.
Yep.
Head BKB, head Sight, head Shadow Blade, head Fuels, head Hurricane Pike, just dead.
And Kunkka caught by the Abyssal Blade. He's going to get brought down. That's going to be a dieback for him. And well, there was a moment there where it seemed great for Na'Vi. Crystallized now on the run, low on HP, looking for the damage. See you later. Buyback from the Morphling, but Spirit marching up the mid. They've got 75 seconds of a full 5v3. Hard to imagine Na'Vi holding off this death march.
Yeah, I'm going to take some big plays from the Panda Master here.
Brutal stuff. You're absolutely right, though. Dendi with so many items, so many options, so much mobility. Still gets caught. But Spirit playing this somewhat cautiously. There is still a glyph on the Radiant. They only have 1 tier 4, though need to be very thoughtful about how they choose to glyph this.
Jeez. That Jakiro with a 30% XP gain. He's got the plus 1.25 second ice path, which is very painful for Morphling.
Yeah, that's a huge duration stun. So Mega Creeps now secured Slow siege on that tier 4. Jakiro throwing the liquid fire. General jumps in, maybe looking for a Bruce split, but Yule's Scepter interrupts it. BKB as he comes back down, but stunned. The split does still go off. Nice grip onto the axe in the back line, but Crystallize. No BKB. This Morphling could be the target that they bring down. However, the Scotty doing a lot of work against Illidan. Slark able to pounce away, and now the damage is there. Crystallize getting very low, forced the waveform defensively. Kunkka has respawned. Dendi coming up very soon.
Yeah, they got to get out.
Spirit will not finish the game here, but Mega's tier 4 tower barely standing. Spirit are in great shape. There is also Roche number 4 ready. So Aegis, Cheese, Refresher should be pretty easy for the Dire to snag.
Oh. Yeah, cooldown's just becoming a little bit of an issue in there. No BKBs left.
Hey,
everyone's out of mana.
Yeah, Octarine on Axe.
Okay.
Now that's not an item you see too often.
He gets a little bit of lifesteal going on, right?
So yeah, you lifesteal from your counter helix. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Got to get that Aghanim Scepter for the Culling Blade, placing the Battle Hunger. I mean, think of the
He got the 120 Battle Hunger thing, and it's a 4-second cooldown. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know if it's really going to matter.
He needs the eggs.
But it's kind of cool. Is the Battle Hunger DPS really better than the Berserker's Call AoE in this game? The level 25 talent on Axe?
I mean, I don't think he's really looking for the +1. He just catches Morphling, so...
It's true, but there's been a couple, like with the force stabs and stuff, there's been a few calls that were right on the edge, and can't help but feel like that could be the difference maker. You know, if you catch that call, that's the setup that wins the game.
I'm a little surprised. I feel like it's
I mean, it's even
pretty hard to get off Battle
in these fights. Like,
hey man, the move speed's good.
Sure.
Now it actually does something. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's a lot per second.
Yeah.
That adds up.
Well, we'll see if it makes any kind of a difference here. He jumps in, he finds the taunt onto the Morphling, but Force Staff keeps it alive. BKB used by Illidan. He's trying to throw in the right clicks.
Dude, look at that Kunkka. He's like dying.
Yeah, Creeps pushing in. The Brew has split. He's heading out far out of the base, trying to repel Spirit. Phobos getting slowed down by the Scotty, but it's just so hard for Na'Vi to push out of the base. They have to defend against these creeps, and Spirit know it. Just trying to get them to waste these resources, focus on creeps so they can counter-initiate. Phobos has the cooldowns available, but another nice nightmare. But the other way, it's a banish onto the Bane. Force Staff still on the ice path. That level 25 Jakiro talent making all the difference in the world, but Crystallize on the backline. He's all by himself. Does try to bring down FNG. They go 1-for-1. G gets brought down as well, but he's got the Aegis coming back to life. General with another Brew split. Na'Vi are hanging on here, and it looks like G could go down, but a huge call from Phobos. Illidan jumps back in. He's been isolated in the Cyclone, but they bring down Crystallize. No buyback on the Morphling, and this looks like it's the end for Na'Vi. The glyph is used, only 2 heroes remaining. G is bought back to get into this fight. Lina caught by the ice path, the macro fire, the death for Dendi as he buys back. The Mega Creeps pushing in, BKBs used for good measure. But Na'Vi's hopes of starting out in the upper bracket now extinguished as Spirit will knock them down 2-0 in this best-of-3 series. GG is called.
Hey man, if Team Spirit winning, I am now.
Yeah.
That Axe completely out of control. I feel like this guy's been gone for a while, you know? We lost TK Phobos 2014, 2015. He was the man. Yeah. This guy was insane. Played as Brewmaster, he played like core Spirit Breaker. Do you know what this guy did? He played core offlane Zeus, and he built first item BKB, and he'd have it like 17, 18 minutes. The guy was wild. No one knew what he was doing.
Phobos is a badass.
He's back.
That's good. The only way to
winning
say it.
games.
An incredible game, though, for multiple reasons. One, Na'Vi looked a lot better. There was a moment in that game when they were down, they brought it back even, they threw it away again, but still some moments where Na'Vi actually found their footing. Also, just well played by Spirit. We mentioned it a few times, their ability to take that passive mid-game, get those BKBs. Even at the end, that was not an easy siege for Spirit, but they still did it very slow, very controlled, respecting the power of the Morphling at that stage and just not making it easy for Crystallize. That was a hard game for Crystallize across the board.
Yeah. I'm impressed. I'm more impressed with Team Spirit, and for good reason, because they won. So that means they'll be moving on.
And moving on to the next series against Newbie. So now Navi starting in the lower bracket. This last series of the day coming up next, Spirit versus Newbie. This is a big decider. The winner going in the upper bracket, the loser going down to the lower bracket. So a fair bit on the line here, Trent.
Yes. Stick around.
Stick around indeed. We're going to have a short break. I'm Zyori, he's Trent, and we are coming back after this. I ran out of water in my throat. Started getting dry. Blow out my voice.
TNC's turn to pick.
That's okay. I'm
It's really good at standing on top of the ball with the hero. Can't like pretty annoying.
And it's a Sumail.
that would be sick.
Remaining.
I mean, the one thing I will say right now is, and I don't know why we haven't been seeing Centaurs kind of rush this a little bit faster, but we saw, I can't remember what series it was, but Centaur got a super fast Aghanim Scepter. The game just 40% mitigation during the ult. That's a 7-second period. And with all this damage coming out from especially like the Luna ult, Roar,
the Bloodseeker.
The Bloodseeker. That's going to feel, oh, this is actually tough to predict.
Yeah, so
I love Bloodseeker so much. It's so good against Slark. It's the counter pick. And then the laning stage, he's also a lane dominator. Here, like Death Prophet, we saw against the Gyro. Bloodseeker crushed the 1v1. It's not as dominant against the Death Prophet, but it's still a very good matchup.
all right, let's go down the line. Mr. Admiral Bulldog, which way?
Be hard. The lane to win, so they're gonna have a hard time. Sadly enough.
Okay.
I have a real love-hate relationship with him. Tell that by the talk about how bad he is right now. I know he can be good, but Bloodseeker, this is an old pub tradition. The counter to Slark, like it's the original. I can't go against Bloodseeker. So
Okay,
TNC.
so TNC for you as well. And Gods?
I believe in TNC as well. Better this game.
A unanimous decision on the panel.
That's not good.
So game 3, here we go.
Always a worry because there's this panel curse thing going on last time. We were at the event and it was the same every single time. Let's see if they... Kyle, it's all yours.
You know, at the end of game 1 panel, I was like, you know what? Bulldog knows where it's at. Start this game, like, Bulldog knows where it's at. Now, I'm not so sad because everyone else, Kyle, balance me here.
Well, I think that I called the Bloodseeker. You're my evidence.
Yes, I am your evidence. I basically asked you the question, like, how do you counter a Slark ignoring all drafts? And Bloodseeker was one of the 4 heroes you mentioned.
Yeah, it's super good against the Centaur and DP as well. They're movement speed based. You can effectively just keep them in place. They can't itemize to prevent the damage either. But the concern I have is that the Slark can still get out of control, and the team fight from EG is nuts. Centaur ult with Warlock Golem behind you, Fatal Bonds, Rex, PNC.
Yep.
The thing I'm concerned for is that I feel like EG might have made the same mistake they did against Vici, where they failed to recognize like what really was beating them. And against Vici, it was the Bounty Hunter. That activated the lineups of Vici, and in this game, it's the TNC Disruptor. Like, I really think that I've seen them play around this hero so much better than they do with other supports. Cuckoo, Dazzle, Witch Doctor, like, it's not the same impact at all. And they just let them get its second phase again. And I'm concerned, especially when there's a Bloodseeker in the game. We saw VP just run over a game in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Rupture Glimpse.
It's the way to make it work. Yeah, it's not even just him too. Like Tim's performance. We were flagging everyone on TNC during the last game. Raven just did it. He has another one of these heroes again, taking the Luna as opposed to the Gyrocopter in game one, where he's just standing his ground and use the space created by his support pair. And Cuckoo, as well as Tim's, they create so much space. And now you're going to arm Armel, like the Bloodseeker. How does this matchup actually work? Because this was the only concern I had. Like, how does DP versus Bloodseeker actually matter? Because Samael laughed after he saw the Bloodseeker pickup. So either he's got a lot of confidence, or he's like jet lagged.
It depends. You
looking for the best word for that.
Bloodseeker can kill Death Prophet if the enemy. He does much better when there's harass damage going out in the other lane, because you're going to get all the damage and move speed from first. I think Bloodseeker is favored, but DP can dominate if he wins the first couple waves hard, just by heavy harass. And they do not get the lanes they want. You can see Arteezy's actually going to run all the way bottom.
Yeah, they're switching, and you got Centaur running all the way top. They don't want to just have like a TP scroll switch up top lane. However, Fly, real trouble with this aggressive tri-lane. So while they're swapping, they left the supports alone in the lane EG, while both cores are basically like ships in the night passing in the mid lane.
Why? How do you not expect the Luna aggro tri-lane? You gotta invest into scouting these lanes for smoke level 1. You have Rubik, Warlock. Neither one of these heroes needs to... Crit doesn't need a Fairy Fire. You get a smoke, you scout the lanes, you place deep wards, and you dodge the tri-lane. You have a Slark. Like, you know this is going to happen. EG doesn't want this.
Okay, what we have to remember is now Crit has become the new 3 position. He's getting experience and farm on the bottom lane so he can contest their mage. But now Cuckoo, they've already started their rotations TNC. So you may have walked it in, EG, but now it's a dual lane on bottom versus a dual lane, and Arteezy, I think all he wants to do is create some space.
Yeah, but he's now a level behind Beastmaster, and... Again, this same. You're not a hero that wants to be behind in the laning phase.
Yeah, they're getting so much harassment into Crit too. Like Cuckoo, you don't need the early glimpse. He puts down the wall. Like, there's no chance for a kill, but they're forcing the consumables out of the EG off laners now.
Yep. Look at Armel, man.
At least you get the leash in return. Arteezy, and again, he doesn't want to have too much damage. The wall doesn't let him go into the tree line, so Arteezy forced to fight with the Thunderstrike. Cuckoo into the tree line. The damage from Crit's enough. The Axes swing. One more hit from Sam H. Still not enough. Arteezy drops low and will salve up. A lot of information, because remember, when he's low, Armel becomes real quick and real strong. They always have to keep their life up. They cannot afford to be low on these lanes.
Issue is Luna is just free farming top lane, and there's nothing that a Warlock Centaur can really do about it either.
They're actually almost the same. Yes, the Bloodseeker as well as the Luna. Death Prophet 6-1, so Samael's not having the greatest time.
And Slark is okay in this game if he can snowball, but you don't ever want to be behind when you're playing against the Bloodseeker. You just don't. You don't win.
Well, top lane, they're going in again. That's what, if a Burrow Strike attacking into S4 is going to be the greatest thing in the world. This is still a Centaur with 800 HP. Oh, they're going to keep it up. Fatal Bonds. Like, okay. S4, Tims, does he have enough? With the Caustic Pop, it won't be. Drops down low, is going to salve up quickly. But does prove that even with the level 2 SK and a level 3 Luna, they can get through